October 1994. Drop down in the comment section and let me know where you were of October of 1994. I'll tell you exactly where I was in October of 1994. But before that, I'll tell you what I mean with October 1994. That's when this car was manufactured in Germany and then later on shipped to the United States. This is a US spec M3. October of 1994. Did I say 93 or 94? Okay. October of 1994, I was exactly 2 months short of my driver's license. I had just turned 18, but in Sweden, where I was in Malmo, it's not like you just go to DMV, get an appointment for the next 2-3 days, and then go do your testing and then your driving and what have you. I was one step short of my driver's license. I had been practicing for years and dreaming about having my driver's license so I could be driving cars. My dad taught me how to drive manual. Obviously in Sweden, everybody at that time was driving manual. You wouldn't even dream of getting a license with a automatic, because that was going to state that on your license. And you can imagine being 17 and not being able to, just turning 18 and having to wait 2 months before my driver's test. I had already passed the theoretical written test, which was very difficult already, and I couldn't wait every day for 60 days until I got my appointment for my driver's test. It was like eternity. I mean, being 18 and having to wait 2 months to get your driver's license, knowing that you're so close and you still have to wait. But anyway, mid-December came, 1994. I went for the driver's test and I aced it on the first day. It was the most amazing and most liberating day of my life. I was so happy. Obviously, a brand new 1995 M3 was far from what I could afford. I could afford an 83 320i. I could afford a 84 Lancia. I could afford a 86 VW Bug. Those are some of the cars I had at the time. A Honda Accord. Those are the things. Now, to go to the town center in your own regular 320i and then being met by a 1995 BMW M3 which was the ultimate dream car at the time, and the car yellow was every boy's absolute dream. And today, in honor of that, I'm wearing triple yellow, quadruple yellow. Yellow cloth, yellow car, yellow jacket, and yellow shoes. Folks, there was one person who could actually do what I was dreaming of back then. Dr. Stephen Giles, the owner of this car, my good friend and my client. He was a physician at the time. He was well-to-do, and of course, if he wanted a yellow M3, he could just go to the dealership and buy one. And that's what he did. In 1995, he bought this beautiful car exactly just because it was yellow on black. He also is used to be the owner of the famous 1995 BMW 850 CSI Dakar yellow, the Euro one, which I sold in 2019. Now his second car, and due to health reasons, which he will explain more to you in the film, I have his voice recording and tell you his story about this car. Hi folks, Alec Cartier here. I'm just about to, I've called my great friend and client, owner of the 95 M3, original owner of the 95 M3, to speak to him a little bit about the car. He won't be able to appear on camera because he's in a different city right now, but I'll be recording everything here. I have the original sticker with the car. What a beauty. It's all original, intact, $38,275. We haven't been able to find the original purchase paper, but Steve is the original owner, and he'll tell us a little bit more about. I'll ask him a few questions, and here's the phone. Steve, you're on camera with the phone. How are you, my friend?
Fine, sir. Thanks.
Remember back a few years ago we did that Dakar Yellow 850 CSI? You are that
Yes,
man.
sir.
Sorry you couldn't be with us today because I know you're a bit away. But tell me a little bit about the history of this car, your original purchase, and some of the things you've done with it over the years, where you bought it, what you did, how you enjoyed it. You're going to be on camera with your audio.
Right. So my decision to buy the car was based on the fact that it was being heavily written up in the press. And so I pursued more knowledge about the car by going to the car show in Los Angeles. And I had 3 kids at the time. And so I was initially thinking of a different car. But I was sold on this car. And my neighbor influenced me about the engine, and it got the award for the Ward inline 6 engine. So short story, I decided to buy M3, and it was the second line because there was one before that, of course. And a lot of my friends at work had the older version. So, and yellow was the only color that I wanted. So Vasek Pollock is where I went, and they traded a black BMW for my yellow one from another dealership somewhere. And my son came with me, during that trip, and he was only 8 or 9, and had drawn a picture that said LFQ ship, and LF BMW. And I asked my son what it meant, and he said lightning fast. So we bought the car and drove it home. A little bit of haggling, of course, and I insisted that they put in the center console with the drink holder, which didn't exist in that particular model, and throw in the mats as well, and the whole deal. But super happy with the car, and so very, very, very well performing car, amazing, and always did everything I needed to do as far as maintenance to the car, babied the car, and so time has passed, and my health has turned. And so here I am, where with my situation health-wise, I won't go into the details. It's no longer easy for me to drive the car, and so it's a masterpiece, and it's flawless. And I have all the receipts, 5 binders worth of articles, reviews, and I don't really want to go further because it's really breaking my heart. And that's it.
Great. So obviously I'm seeing a ton of service records and all that stuff. Now, I did notice a couple of things. It has an aftermarket exhaust. Tell us a little bit about that.
Right. So the choice was that I should probably replace the muffler. And then I went ahead and did due diligence with Remus and decided that was the one that I wanted. And then I was complimented by a few friends about having made that choice, so that's why that's why I went ahead and chose that particular muffler. It wasn't a huge issue. The other thing that I did to the car was when I was actually at Willow Springs once doing the high performance driving school, which was a wonderful experience. The poorly designed plastic underneath the radiator, I believe. And I was an avid subscriber of Rondell magazine and BMW, member of the BMW club. I replaced that with a metal protector, and I want to say it was from Turner Enterprise. But anyway, so whatever it took for the car to be sustained and maintained and enjoyed is what I proactively did at all times. Stock rims, and I did put a new sound system in, and an alarm system. Very few people have driven the car besides me. One is my son-in-law, major in the Army, and one is Alex.
That would be me. Oh, I enjoy this car. It's amazing the way it drives. We have it on camera.
Well, it is silky smooth. I'm not sure if I should mention, you can edit it if you want, about telling Fabrizio and Signal Hill
Yeah,
to do what
absolutely.
needs to be done.
Fab went through it, and I have the invoices. I'm gonna put
Right.
those on the auction. There were a couple of there's been some paint work done on the on the car. Do you mind shedding some light on that?
Oh, sure. So a couple of dings. I think somebody dropped something on it by accident, and somebody, when I was parked, left a ding. And that's not me. So I'm not going to drive around with any dings. So any body work in the car or any repainting was minimal to none. But if it was done at Ron's Body Shop, and the guy named Rick handled it in Old Torrance. Meticulous. New roof and a new lift inside the door. Just because over time, I mean, but that was done like in the last 5 or 10 years. So anything needed to be done was maintained.
So original owner, 108,000 miles. It definitely doesn't show it. It shows like half the miles because you maintain it so well. I have a huge stack of folders and papers I'm gonna photograph and put in, and I'm gonna show some nice driving scenes, and I'll talk about the car and have a great auction.
Right, very good.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. I'll be seeing you soon, and my best wishes to your health recovery. The 95, 96, 97, 98, and 99 E36 M3s are some of the most beautiful, sought after, and fun, amazing cars. And if you find one in mostly original condition, well kept, original owner, 108,000 miles by the same owner, in Dakar yellow and black, US spec, I'd jump on it. There has been some minor paint work on this car. Dr. Giles will explain it in the film for you with his voice. I think somebody had dropped something on the hood of the car. It was very well professionally done. Never been in any accidents as far as we know, and Dr. Giles told me it hasn't. Going around, I don't see much. I don't see any dings. I don't see any issues with the car. It has a Remus aftermarket exhaust and K&N filter on the car, so it does pull faster. It does sound bitchier. You'll hear it in the film when I'm driving it. Tires are Michelin. Let's see if I can see the date codes are from February of 2019. Here's the B. Look at that. Whenever we have a yellow car, the bees come towards it. Extremely well kept car. We did some droning earlier today. There's our drone in there. Everything fits well. No issues. All the electronics work. I honestly don't see any dings or any issues. 108,000 well kept, original miles, original owner, manual 5-speed, pulls and drives nice. 4 binders of service records, periodicals, books, and what have you. Dr. Giles loves yellow. So do I. Red, yellow, and silver are my favorite colors. And as you can see, usually Dr. Giles wears the yellow jacket. Today I'm wearing that in his honor, and would like to present this incredibly beautiful 1995 BMW M3 to you. Good luck at the auction, and I'll tell you what, going back 27, 28 years, it was a dream of mine to be driving or owning any of these cars. Today I got to fulfill that dream, even though I've had several M3s over the past couple of years. This one has a special place because it's Dakar yellow on black. It comes from its original owner, who was with this car from day one, and I can relate to that. In 1994 October, where it was built and where I was, had I known then that one day I'd be honored to be driving such an amazing, beautiful, gorgeous E36 M3, I wouldn't have known. But you know, you live and learn, and you go forward in life. And today, I get to be doing this. Bid with confidence. This is an absolutely amazing, great car. Everything works in it. Drives well, handles well, pulls well, and we're looking forward to sending it to a good new home after 27 years of ownership. From me and Dr. Giles, have a wonderful day. Let's take this beauty for a ride, shall we? Bemis exhaust sounds amazing. Already up at 80.